The 1970s was a golden era for black music, with bands redefining soul, funk, and rock. Some groups skyrocketed to fame, dominating the charts, while others disappeared just as quickly as they arrived. These bands had the talent, the sound, and the potential for legendary status. But for reasons unknown, they vanished without a trace. Was it bad management, changing musical trends, or something more mysterious? Whatever the case, these bands went from the top of the charts to being nearly forgotten. Yet, their music still influences artists today, and their records remain prized by collectors. Here are 12 black bands from the 1970s that faded into obscurity, leaving behind only echoes of their once promising careers. 1. Black Ivory. This Harlem-based soul group had a string of hits in the early 70s, including Don't Turn Around and You and I. Produced by Patrick Adams, they had all the makings of a major act, blending smooth vocals with lush instrumentals. However, label troubles, financial struggles, and changes in the music industry pushed them into the background. While they continued making music in later years, they never regained their initial momentum, and their names slowly faded from mainstream recognition. 2. The Counts, a Detroit-based funk and soul band. The Counts had a raw, powerful sound that fit right in with the era's funk explosion. Their music was a blend of gritty soul, deep bass grooves, and energetic brass sections. Despite their albums being beloved by funk enthusiasts and their songs sampled by later hip-hop artists, they never achieved mainstream success. Poor marketing and the rise of disco left them struggling to stay relevant, and they eventually faded from the spotlight. 3. Faith, Hope, and Charity. Originally a trio led by Zulema Casoz, this group found moderate success with songs like To Each His Own and So Much Love. Their sound blended soul, gospel, and disco, earning them a loyal fan base. However, after lineup changes and shifts in the music industry, their popularity dwindled. By the late 70s, their records stopped charting, and they quietly disappeared from the public eye. 4. The Soul Searchers. This funk band from Washington, D.C. was led by Chuck Brown, the godfather of go-go music. Their infectious grooves and tight instrumentation made them a standout act in the 70s funk scene. However, mainstream audiences never fully embraced them, and as go-go music declined in popularity, so did their presence in industry. Though Chuck Brown remained a legend in his own right, the band itself faded from national recognition. 5. The New Birth. A collective of talented vocalists and musicians, the New Birth had several R&B hits in the early 70s, including Wildflower and Dream Merchant. Despite their incredible harmonies and soulful sound, internal conflicts, changing trends, and lack of strong promotion caused their popularity to dwindle. By the late 70s, they were struggling to keep their presence alive, eventually fading from mainstream success. 6. Mandrill. This eclectic band fused funk, jazz, and Latin influences, creating a unique and energetic sound that set them apart. Their blend of rock and Afro-Caribbean rhythms earned them a cult following. However, their experimental style didn't always fit the commercial mold, making it difficult for them to maintain mainstream success. As the 70s came to an end, Mandrill's influence remained, but their chart presence disappeared. 7. The Jimmy Castor Bunch, best known for their hit Troglodyte Caveman. This funk group had a playful yet groovy style. Their humorous lyrics and high-energy performances made them stand out. While their music remained influential in hip-hop and funk circles, they couldn't sustain their early success. As musical tastes evolved and their novelty sound lost steam, they slowly faded from public view. 8. 24 Karat Black. A band that blended deep soul, orchestral arrangements, and social commentary. 24 Karat Black released the now classic album Ghetto, Misfortune's Wealth. Despite its later cult status, the album didn't sell well at the time, leading to the group's financial struggles and eventual disappearance. Though their work has been rediscovered by modern artists and sampled in hip-hop, the band itself was lost to time. 9. Pleasure. This Portland-based funk and jazz band had modern hits like Glide and a distinctive sound that mixed smooth R&B with complex instrumentation. They received critical acclaim and had a dedicated fan base, but they never broke through to mainstream superstardom. By the end of the 70s, record sales slowed and they eventually disbanded, becoming another forgotten gem of the funk era. 10. Brass Construction, a high-energy funk band known for their hit moving. They were a staple of dance floors in the 70s. Their energetic, horn-driven sound defined the era's party music. However, as the music industry shifted and disco took over, their influence waned. They struggled to adapt to the new wave of R&B and slowly faded from the spotlight. 11. Rasputin Stash, a Chicago-based funk group with a raw, gritty sound. Rasputin Stash had the potential to be as big as Parliament Funkadelic. Their grooves were deep, their instrumentation tight, and their stage presence electric. Unfortunately, poor promotion and label issues prevented them from reaching their full potential. Though their records remained prized by collectors, they never achieved mainstream fame and gradually disappeared from the industry. 12. BT Express. With massive hits like Do It Till You're Satisfied, BT Express was a funk powerhouse. Their infectious energy and danceable grooves kept them on the charts for much of the early 70s. However, as disco rose to dominance and the band experienced internal changes, their popularity faded. By the early 80s, they had disappeared from the mainstream music scene.